Hello, everyone. I hope you had a great spring break. I'm actually recording this over our break, coming to you live from my basement. Few things before we start going here. I'm actually going to talk about the next 2 weeks, just to they're kind of similar. So I thought I'd just go ahead and talk about both, and just kind of knock them both out if you want to work a little bit ahead. I should have, when we look at the bright space today, you'll notice I don't have it open yet, but that's no big deal. It will be, but it should be on Monday morning, the 21st. Yes, the 21st. Just wanted to cover a few things before I start talking about what you need to do for the next couple weeks. One, the Canva and the Easily that were on the discussion board. I know I put comments and all on there. They were fantastic. I actually really enjoyed looking at those. One thing I did want to point out, it was a nice balance. There was more Canva probably than Easily, but a lot of you did give Easily a shot. They both looked great. One thing I did see a few people did mention that Easily they thought was a little trickier to use. Some people liked it once they figured it out. They said a lot. But some people who tried both and said, I think Canva is a little bit easier. I do tend to agree, but again, I think sometimes it's just a preference thing. So basically what I'm telling you is if you gave Canva a shot, you might want to give Easily a shot. And if you gave Easily a shot, give Canva a shot. If you tried both, I'm sure you have a preference. It's just a good little tool to have. And it sounded like a lot of people already use one or the other, mostly Canva though, in terms of just getting flyers and stuff out. So with that being said, also, hopefully all the grading should be up and done by the time you're watching this, at least up through the Wakelets. The Wakelets and the Padlets were fantastic. I've actually graded those today, the day I'm recording this, which is a Thursday. They looked great. Materials were fantastic. Had no problems opening any of them. I think, again, I've said this a million times, but between 380 and 500, there's 45 people in here. I don't think I had a problem opening one Wakelet or Padlet, which was fantastic. So with that being said, here's what we're going to do this week. I'm going to go ahead and jump in here. Excuse me, I haven't fully built the next 2 weeks on here, but all the materials are in here, so it might look a little disheveled. But for this coming week, what you have to do, and I'm sure I will have the dates and all up to dated when we get on there. This week's Flipgrid. I'm going to pull up Flipgrid here in a second, but the main thing I do want to say about Flipgrid, this was another one of these things pre-pandemic. A lot of people were like, whoa, this is a really cool tool. I've never seen this. Flipgrid, I have a feeling 99.9% of you have probably used Flipgrid sometime in your life in the last 2 years. But just for those people who may not have used Flipgrid, I wanted to make sure we covered it. It's pretty straightforward and simple to use. I actually almost thought about making our discussion boards Flipgrid, but I steered clear because I wanted to do a few little things with it. So with that being said, I'm going to show you Flipgrid and tell you what you have to do. But Flipgrid is a really cool tool. I have to say, in the pandemic, it's probably one of the ones I've used the most, especially when the pandemic first started and we didn't have a whole lot of face-to-face classes. Well, we're an asynchronous class. It was one way for me to like see faces and kind of communicate in some capacity with everyone. But Flipgrid, you will need your Google login if you haven't used it before. And let me just go ahead and go to Flipgrid. Oh, one thing I will say, and I am not in it. I'm going to jump out. I have found through my experience, Flipgrid works much better with Google Chrome than it does Safari. I'm actually on my Mac right now. So if you have any goofy, I would suggest using Chrome. Sorry, I think I said, did I say Chrome earlier? If I didn't, it works better with Chrome than Safari. I don't use Firefox much, so I'm sure it probably does okay with Firefox. I just know sometimes it gets a little quirky with Safari. But anyway, when you log in, you're going to, of course, I usually just use my Google. And that's my son's account. I'm going to use a different account. And there it is. And we'll go ahead and get in. And the always tricky, can I remember my password? No. No. Uh-oh, this is getting a little dangerous now. Awesome, got it. Of course, here's one problem. It is asking me for Should have already logged us in. Well, as you can see, I need to go up here and I will be right back. I'm going to go grab my iPad. I'll be right back. I'm back. Here we go. And let's go ahead and do this. And let me go ahead and just tell it that I'm trying to log in. Sorry about this. I should have done this before I started recording. And at least I remember my password. And that's me. And there we go. And that's all good. And sorry, it's me. I don't know why it's making me do all this. I already have one, but that's okay. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. As you can see, I've already created a bunch of stuff before. By the way, those aren't it. That wasn't my real birth date. If I look older than what that said, it's because I am. But anyway, when you go into your Flipgrid, you're going to log in and you're going to do different things. You're going to look probably at a clear screen. But the main thing that you need to do is you need to create a group. Just create a group of something, again, like we always say, that you think you might teach. So for example, I might do world history. And that's probably not the greatest background. So we'll do something a little more nature-y. I don't think it's probably the best, but it works. Okay. And I'm going to create group. As you can see there, there's that. And what you're going to want to do is probably send me this copy link, copy it and send it so I can join the group. And then I should get the updates and all of everything that's in there. Now, when you go in here to create it, I want you to create a prompt related to a question that you're going to have for your content area. So for example, you can do this a couple different ways. You're going to hit this topic right here. You can record one and ask everyone to do it. You can do times. I'm not worried about setting the times, but you can set it for whatever you want because I'm going to be the only one looking at this. So let's just say the fall of Rome. I just listened to a podcast on this. Fall of Rome. And you can type your question. What do you believe are the main reasons for the fall of Rome? You can do that. Now you can also record this and record a video if you want. As you can see. I'm not, if you want to do that, that's great. If not, that's fine. You can just put the question there and you can post it. It seems like it's having, I tell you why, it's because I'm doing the Zoom because the mic and all is recording. So if you want to record something, you just hit it right there and you can actually ask the question with your face. I don't care which one you do. If you want to put the prompt there and type it and send it to me, that's fine. If you want to do that, but you're going to post the topic. And there you go. You should be able to just copy this link. I know I said something about the other one, but if you hit this, copy it, that should be all you need to submit. And it should ask me to join and I will check it out. As you can see, here's the requirements. You're going to do a flipgrid.com. You're going to log into your Google, or you can create an account outside of Google. I just think it's easier with Google, as you can see with me running up my stairs. There are directions, though, I have posted on the thing, and this is actually going to be on Brightspace. It is on Brightspace now. You're going to create a group, and once your group's created, you're going to create a topic within there. It doesn't have to be complex. I just want to see that you can do it and share it. You're just going to copy that link, and you're going to send it to me. I should be able to get into either way, but if you want to just send it after you do the prompt, that's fine. If I have problems, I'll email you, but I don't think I will. I have on here, you must type the directions and record the prompt. I would like you to do that, but if you really don't want to be on camera or something like that, because you're going to do something else with filming, that's fine. I know it says both, but as long as I have one or the other, I will live. I just want to see if you can create the assignment because at the end of the day, that's the crucial part. I know it says Sakai, but that's supposed to be Brightspace. I just haven't updated all that yet. We're getting to the point where I probably need to make sure that that's all done. Finally, here's the next thing that you have to do. I'm going to hit this. This is not due this week. It's kind of on that filming thing. This is what you have to do, and we'll go over everything for the weeks. But let me go back out to the, whoops, let me move my face out of the way there again. The next thing you're going to have to do is filming. And excuse me, allergies have been working in the yard. The next thing that you have to do is actually do an actual legit filming assignment. Now, let me explain a few things while I'm having you do this. One, most everyone in here is probably getting ready to take 443, or you're in 443 and you're doing already the mini TPA and you know what's coming. At TPA, you have to film yourself teaching. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. A lot of people, when they go out, they use the swivels, which I think I have a link up to. I know I do with the link. That's the little robot. And actually, I'll give you an intro to that when you do your student teaching orientation. So don't worry about that just yet. You can, I can show it to you if you're interested in maybe giving it a whirl though. Right now, a lot of student teachers had them out. They should be all pretty much done at TPA filming. So if you really want to see one, just swing by my office. But some just use iPads, some use their phones, some use Screencastify. That might be a little too short for actual Ed TPA filming, but if you wanted to use it for this assignment, that's fine. And you're probably saying, what's the assignment? Well, here it is. Not due this week. This will be due, this assignment will be due in April. That would be April. Let's go ahead and look. Pull up the calendar real quick. The Flipgrid is actually going to be due on the 27th. The recording is going to be due on April the 3rd. But here's what you need to do. You're going to pick anything. I don't care how you film it. Most people just use iPad or their phones. That's fine. I want you to instruct on something for 3 to 5 minutes. It can be a lesson of your choice. Now, when I say it's your choice, I really do mean I don't care what you're instructing me on. If you want to do a lesson that you would do in a classroom, that's fine. Some people have done PB&J sandwiches, like this is how I make a PB&J. I've had people show me how to make not make a flat tire, to fix a flat tire. That's fine. As long as you're instructing, that's all I want to see. I just want to hear you talk and kind of get used to filming and some of the issues with sound, location, making sure you're heard. That's really the point of it. I just want you to get familiar with some device. You can use Zoom. Like when I record these, I actually use Zoom and I just do the record meeting and then I can do that. If you want to do that, that's fine. I just want you to get used to talking on camera. That's just it. And as you can see here, it can be pretty much anything you want. As long as you can instruct it or talk about it, that's fine. It's more about the actual filming than anything. You got to have a clear focus when you're doing it. So again, I'm going to use the sandwich. If you're going to make a PB&J sandwich, that is your clear focus. It needs to be about 3 to 5 minutes. And again, you need to be instructing on some capacity. Your overall goal is to teach while you're doing this and film. You can submit it on Brightspace, or if you need to, and sometimes this is a pretty common thing, if the file is a little large, you should be able to save it to your OneDrive. We did a lesson on that, but if you need a little help with that, again, that's no problem. Usually, if you just open your email and Outlook and try to move it over, it'll automatically put it in OneDrive, and you can email it to me, and that's fine too. That I can load it up for you or review them that way and do the grades. So, with all that being said, let's go back. Here's what you need to do next couple weeks. I think the filming and all, Flipgrid's something I could see people using. I mean, we're kind of hopefully getting out of this post-pandemic thing. I think Flipgrid's a nice way to maybe have students do things such as discussions, communicate with one another, and respond to prompts than just having them write all the time. Listen, I'm a big proponent of writing. I was an English minor. But, sometimes you need to mix it up, and I think Flipgrid allows that. The filming is meant, one, to get used to teaching, and two, who knows? I mean, we're in a world where a pandemic may come back. So, we always got to be on the lookout. And as you can see, my Safari is also acting a little weird on this. So I'm just going to open right there. All right. I'm opening the 380 one And I'm going to do a side note here with the 500s in a second. All right, let's go back to the timeline. I think I was a little quick. It's very quick. All right. So you can see we're back from spring break. Hope everyone had a great break. So you can see this week, we're going to do Flipgrid. We're going to do discussion 9, which is on global tech, and you're going to do your blog. By the way, also, I know I'm not saying this just to placate you and all. The discussion boards and the blogs have been on point too. The blogs, I don't put a whole lot of comments in, only because I feel like they're your opinions, and I don't want you to feel like I'm pressuring you, but I do. They're usually one of the first things I read each week, just because I can go through them and it gives me an idea of what the temperature is with the tech. But discussion will be up, this blog, so those are 9th. Then the next week, and as you can see, there's no discussions or blogs the following week, but you're going to film something. You can use Virtual Classroom, you can use Screencastify, you can use VR Pro, you can use Zoom, you can you can do Swim. I don't care what you use to record as long as you can do it. Most people, like I say, since I have my iPad right here, a lot of people will just set up their iPad and instruct. I've had people literally sit at their kitchen table and talk like that. I just want you to get used to talking on the camera. I still fight it. You don't have to be perfect. As you can see, actually, this is probably a good thing, weirdly, that this happened. I forgot my iPad. I had to run upstairs and get it. That's going to happen. You're not going to get a clean run probably most times. You might in 3 to 5 minutes, and good on you if you do, but I'm not looking for perfection. I just want you to get comfortable with it. Maybe have a still camera. I don't want Shakey's Pizza kind of thing. So that's the things for the next 2 weeks. As you can see, discussion 10 is not going to be for a couple weeks. We'll talk about the next 2 weeks. You're going to have a little bit of I think a little bit of a breather the next couple weeks after the filming, and we're going to talk about it. I'll probably try to get something up next week just to remind you to do this, and also talk a little bit about the brainstorming exercise that's coming in a few weeks. It's very simple, I think, but it might take you a little bit more time than maybe just a normal write-up. But that's why I don't have any discussions or anything like that. I think that's it. Again, this week it's Flipgrid, discussion 9, blog 9. The following week is just filming yourself teaching something, 3 to 5 minutes. That's what you're going to be doing the next 2 weeks. I just wanted to go ahead and get it both out. I'll have both weeks open if you want to kind of work ahead a little bit. Thank you for the patience. Sorry about the Flipgrid login. If you have any issues with Flipgrid, I do have videos up, and of course, you are welcome to come by and see me anytime and ask questions. Some of you have been doing that this semester. I like that. It seems like we're starting to get back to normal. Also, maybe most important thing this week, if you have not contacted your advisor, make sure you contact your advisor related to advising. And I think that may be it. So with all that being said, I'm going to wave goodbye. Thank you for letting me run up there real quick. I might have been a little fast run through, but I'll be sure to type up the directions. And again, you can contact me with anything. I'll stop my share. Talk to everyone later.